Welcome to another episode of Equity Mates on AusBiz. My name is Bryce, and as always, I'm joined by my equity buddy Ren. How are you going?
I'm very good, Bryce.
That's good.
Good to be back on the couch with you.
Love it, love it.
Feels like we haven't left.
Well, yeah, it really does.
We haven't, because we're into the third of our four-part series. We love doing a long-form interview here, and we've managed to pigeonhole our long-form interviews into our AusBiz format.
Love it. And of course, we're welcoming back Managing Director and founder of Macro Investment, Conrad Song. Conrad, welcome.
Awesome. Good to be here again.
So Conrad, today, Wednesday, tradition here at Equity Mates is that we do Watchlist Wednesday. Mm-hmm. We put you in the hot seat. We've been in it for 2 days, but we want to hear 3 stocks that are on your watch list and why they are. And we've got 3 great stocks here. So let's kick it off. The first one that you're bringing to the table is Enero. The ticker is EGG. Can you tell us a bit about it?
Well, I usually charge for this, but
nice.
Just for you guys. No. So this company is in the marketing and communication space, and they've got massive blue chip clients. So the stock price has done really well, and that's because a couple of things. Firstly, they got a good cash sort of balance or liquidity position. I think they're looking at about 30 mil in cash, which in this environment is a good thing for a company that size. And they're looking at some acquisition plays as well. But the main thing is the client base is growing, and you've got a massive recovery in the industry expected for 2021. So pre and post COVID, right? So the marketing spend is set to be at 11% growth. And increase, right? So that's pretty big. If you look at the numbers, and it's what we like to do at Macro, we can clearly see the trend and also the catalyst of the sort of post-COVID world. And I don't think it's a surprise. You know, again, they've got like people like Google, IBM, like massive blue chip portfolio, and they're growing that as well. But it's no surprise that in such a digital world that we're living in, companies who are understanding the impact of social, and the impacts of strong marketing campaigns through multiple channels are engaging with good businesses like EGG. So that's a good one. That's one we like. We've been watching for a while.
Nice. Haven't heard of it, so I'll add it to the watch list. Mm-hmm. The next company is one that I have heard of. It's one that I think it's getting a bit of buzz in the AusBiz community and in the Equity Mates community, and that's Atomos, ticker AMS. For people who've missed the buzz, what does the company do, and then why is it on your watch list?
Yeah, so I guess in terms of what it does, so it's in video enhancing, and they have hardware and software for it. They've got a range of products. They recently signed up with or partnered up with Apple on their ProRes format technology, and that's been kicking goals. Basically, the whole idea with this product is that you've got really, really high def, but in lower size, so transmissible size, which is in the digital space, it's everything, right? Big quality video stuff, video content being in like kilobytes of memory. So they've got a really good kind of industry, like similar to EGG. I mean, the whole digital transformation that we're experiencing. So I think it was 213 users on Netflix, right? That's crazy. Million. Yeah, sorry. 213 million users on Netflix, right? Which is crazy. And then Twitch is like, I've got guys to remember these numbers for me. I think it's like 6.3 billion hours of content, right? Yeah. Of streaming, like it's crazy, right? And so, in this video, I guess time, and with companies like YouTube, Twitch, and Netflix, and coming out, and this business is in the perfect position to take advantage. They've also recently brought on an ex-Apple manager, and that's obviously working well with the ties that they've now set up with Apple as well. So they're just kicking goals left, right, center. Again, good cash position. I think they're a little bit less, about 24 million in cash, and they've earmarked, I think it was it was $5 million for acquisition. And so they've got plans to sort of complement their business with acquisition M&A activity, which is always a major catalyst for growth. And yeah, for people who have kind of missed the boat, the share price has done well, but just watch it. If you can pick it up on a retracement, that's what we're sort of waiting for. So yeah.
They always say invest in what you know, and over the most recent COVID outbreak, we went and bought a bunch of tech video cameras.
Right.
So now that we're back in the studio, we can get our video sorted. And the first setting that we had on the camera spat out, I think the first video was like 80 gigs.
Yeah.
And we had 3 cameras going. So transferring 240 gigs required some settings to be changed, but it came with reduced quality. So can certainly see where this product is becoming handy, especially as now you've got so many, people at home, just 2 guys doing a podcast who need to be able to, transfer file sizes in good quality.
It's pretty interesting. Like if you remember, like back in the day, like, and I'm not even that old to say back in the day, but anyways, like back in the day we were using floppy disks, right? And that was like tiny, and then you had the first USB stick. It was like a meg, right? And then it's like, and then like it got to like a gig, and I was like, surely we'll never use this. It's like computers as well. They get more powerful and more memory. Like Apple phones now, like iPhones, are like this crazy memory size. And I'm like, why would anyone do this? But it's because the content is getting high quality. But it's almost like there's a little bit of a drag between the quality increase and then the ability for them to reduce the size. And so Atomos is in that sort of really unique position. And there's not many companies doing this stuff, so.
Yeah, we might have to check it out.
Yeah, well, I checked it out 2 years ago. I made it my stock of the year, and
nice.
it subsequently fell 40% in that 12 months. So I feel very vindicated that since then it has been on a real tear. I think it's up like 90% in the past 12 months.
Timing for you though, right? That's what we were talking about in the last episode. It's like it's good to find the stocks, but you got so much more to it.
What do they say? It's if you're too early, you're wrong.
Yeah. Well, you can be wrong, too early, late, whatever. But I think, that's a classic example. 40%, did you say?
Yeah, something like that. Maybe even more. It was brutal. I'm not very good at this stock of the year game. Every year I get cut in half.
Sign up to macro.
This year it was 10 cents. I have been cut in half. Anyway, let's not talk about my bad stocks. Let's talk about some good stocks on your watch list. The third one that you've brought today is Apiam Animal Health, AHX. Not a company I've heard of before. So what does it do, and why is it on your watch list?
Yep. So because there's, just so you guys know, like there's many different things to talk about when someone asks me what stock to look into. Like, am I looking into interesting companies? Am I looking into companies that buy right now, you're going to make a killing, or have a high probability of doing that? Low risk income stocks. I thought what would be good is trying to pick companies that have sort of unique theme, or a consistent unique theme, which is that we're in the sort of post-lockdown situation, right? And there's companies that have done well during lockdown or because of COVID. And so this company, for example, is another one of those in the sense that so it's like veterinary services, right? So the industry, I'm not sure you guys are aware, but like the animal veterinary health clinic industry is very fragmented. So this company owns 59 sites. And so basically they're a consolidator. They're the largest listed, or I think they're the only listed veterinary clinic company, right? The interesting thing about the COVID situation is that companies like Apiam is that they, people got lonely in isolation, and there was actually a pretty reasonably large uptick in pet ownership and as a result pet spending. So that extends to clinics and other services. And so they're in that unique position that they've taken advantage of that. Their growth has been good. So their revenue, 3-year revenue CAGR was at 6.5%. Their current ratio was at roughly, I think it was 1.3, right? And their EBITDA margins was set to about, I believe it was like 12 to 15% forecast. These are all really good numbers, just so you know. So based on their historics. And so they're kicking some goals. They've got a decent amount of cash, I believe, as well. and naturally they're just going to continue to pick up this very fragmented market and grow. And so it's been a company that, again, sort of ticks that box of being not something that everyone's heard of, but has definitely that sort of momentum in the industry. Who doesn't like pets?
Yeah. Well, it's certainly a space that a lot of people spend a lot of money on. So yeah, it's a good one to be in. That and weddings.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
at the same time, no. Get the wedding and then the gift.
Well, Conrad, that brings us to the end of Watchlist Wednesday. Just to recap, we had Enero, EGG, Atomos, is it AMS? AMS, yeah, and Apiam, AHX. So thank you for those three.
No worries.
And if you're playing along at home, make sure you do your own research. This is certainly not a buy, hold, or sell, but you can go and check those out. But that does, as I said, bring us to the end. We're going to be closing out tomorrow with Conrad to discuss all things fintech and what's going on in the Australian space, and a bit about entrepreneurship and the journey of starting a business as well. So stick around. We'll see you tomorrow.